By popular demand, this is my journey as a content creator, what I've learned so far, and how it's changed my life. So let's get into it. Loved ones, welcome back to the channel. As always, the love is real and the energy is high. It's biz lifestyle, plans being laid, no games being played, money being made and bills being paid as always. And we are back and it feels so good. To those of you who are joining us for the very first time, thank you so much. We appreciate you and stay a while. So for this one, I didn't want to journal too much. I didn't want to jot too much. I didn't want to overthink. I want to give you authenticity and I want to give you that from my heart based on my authentic experience thus far as a content creator. And I'm going to keep the editing to a minimum on this one, but you will see different cuts at different scenes just for your viewing pleasure. And so that I can also multitask and be productive while I'm doing this. One of the biggest takeaways for me that I've learned so far on my journey as a content creator about myself in particular is that I had what was kind of an unhealthy or an unrealistic expectation of perfection of myself in some areas in my life. And when you're creating content, especially when you're doing it from the ground up, like I'm not of a filmmaking background. I'm not studied in this. This was all, self-taught through, research, YouTube, trial and error, just recording myself, becoming more comfortable in front of the camera, learning like the tone of my voice, where it sounds best, how to pick a location to shoot in, different ways to shoot a video, aspect ratio, like there's so many different variables involved, right? And sometimes when we're watching our favorite creators, right, we're looking at the things that they're doing and we're seeing how beautiful it is. And we're thinking to ourselves that we would want to recreate that for ourselves. Like we're kind of taking mental notes of that. And if you ever come to a place where you're ready to walk it out and you really want to begin making YouTube videos, that those things stick with you. But at the same time, you need to find your own style about this. But there's certain things about being a content creator that you're just not going to know until you start to do it. And that's just a fact. It doesn't matter, how many people you ask. It doesn't matter how many people you know that make videos or that make long or short form content. There's certain aspects about this that you're not going to know until you do it for yourself. And I can definitely say one of my most significant takeaways about this is that I've learned to be kinder to myself. I've learned to be more patient with myself. I've learned that perfection is not real. Perfection is not real. And I say that to say we should always be challenging ourselves. We should always be pushing ourselves. We should always be pushing ourselves to be the best versions of ourselves and to give our best to the things that we're passionate about or to the things that we're doing. But at the same time, be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself, especially if you're on that journey where you're self-taught and where you're learning from the ground up the way I did. And I had to make mistakes. But at the same time, to me, that's what's most effective because that's a part of your experience. Keep your perfection in check. If you are considering, making your own content, long or short form content, you're going to make mistakes. All right. But that's the beauty of it. So that's one of the things that I want to make mention of is our negative relationship that we have sometimes to perfection. Another takeaway that, being a content creator has taught me is that it's important to be organized. All right. It's important to be organized. And this video is going to be useful because even if you're not necessarily looking to begin creating content for the masses, it's like these are still, certain tips or hacks or habits that you could still apply to your life, or you may already be doing some of these, but it's like it can still give you perspective. I like to make the type of content that you don't necessarily have to be living the same life as I am. You don't necessarily have to be into the same things. You don't necessarily have to, have the same beliefs or ideals as I do, but we all have something to contribute. So just from a perspective of just watching the video, and I thank you so much for doing that, you'll be able to take something from it, or it might bring something to the forefront for you or bring something to your attention that you weren't necessarily aware of or that you hadn't considered. So that's the beauty of this. Take away from it what you will, but balance. balance and organization is extremely important. All right. Being a content creator takes on a life of its own in a sense. And what I mean by that is I'll speak for myself and say that it was important for me to be able to decide when was it time for me to just be living my life versus when was it time for me to be recording that and documenting that, and when do they, cross over into each other. There's other things in my life that are just as important as the content that I make, and doing it at a high level. I'm the type of person, if I embark on a journey about something, or if I decide to take something on, I become a nerd about it. Like, I invest myself into it. I invest my time in it, my energy. I educate myself. I'll read, I'll research, I'll experiment, I'll try different things, right? So with that, I'm about maintaining what I have and then building upon it, not taking on so many different things that I'm not going to follow through with. Like, follow through is extremely important to me. I think it's important to try things, and not everything that you try, you're not necessarily going to stick with or like, but it's one thing to pursue something and figure out that it doesn't work for you, or it's not a good fit, or you don't particularly enjoy it, versus taking on things and not finishing them, not seeing them through. I'm very big on like setting goals for myself and then walking those goals out. There's nothing like the feeling that I get, the feeling of accomplishment that I get when I set a goal for myself and I actually see it through. So that's another takeaway, and I'm going to discuss that as well. But it is extremely important to me to finish the things that I start, for better or for worse. And sometimes, that gets messy. Sometimes if you're making a recipe, like you went and got all the ingredients, you got your recipe, like you're organized, you plan it out, but that first time you do it, it doesn't always come out exactly how you envisioned it in your mind, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that it's a failure. You may have to tweak a few things here and there, to get that cake just right, to get it to taste exactly how you want, to get it to have the moisture and the texture that you want, right? So that doesn't mean that it's a failure, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're finishing the things that you start. Like that's important for me. You know what I mean? I don't want to project that energy onto anyone else. This is just me being my authentic self, and this is how I'm wired to work. It's important to me to finish the things that I start. It tugs on my energy in a way that's negative. It has an impact on my psyche a little bit when I set a goal and I don't see it through. And it's not because I couldn't, it's just because I didn't, because there's a difference, right? Sometimes I'll plan a workout, right? And I'll have it all set up in my mind. I know what body parts I want to work. I know exactly what I want to do. But then sometimes it'll kind of be a messy one. Like some workouts, like everything is good. My mind muscle connection is there. I'm feeling the pump. Like, I'm feeling the contraction, like it's good, it feels good. But then sometimes you have a sloppy workout. It happens. Sometimes, you tweak something in the middle of the workout, you're kind of distracted, you're just not feeling it, but you still push through. And it's not because you're going through the motions, it's just because you set that goal for yourself. And in that moment, I'm being kind to myself, and I'm understanding that not every workout is going to be perfect, but the fact that I showed up for myself and I did it, that's important too. And then we'll just be ready to come back better for the next workout. So just being organized and understanding what parts of your life you're prepared to record and upload for the masses versus what you want to keep to yourself. If you have, children or a family, or if you're in school, if you have a full-time job or career, if you're running a business, you have outside obligations. You want to ensure that your journey as a content creator does not have an adverse effect on the other, responsibilities and obligations of your life. I definitely, take my content seriously, in the sense that I want it to be of quality. I want to continue to grow with it. I'm going to continue to invest in my platform. But at the same time, I have other obligations and responsibilities that mean a lot to me. So be organized, and you figure out how that works for you. I have different methods that I use in order to keep myself organized, but definitely taking notes and jotting and planning and being organized about what you want to record, when you want to record it, and things of that nature will kind of help you keep your head together. Because being a creative can be a little bit crazy. You know what I mean? Art imitates life, and they all blend into each other. And it's like sometimes I'll be driving in my car and I'll have to pull over to write down an idea because it's so good that I don't want to lose it. You know, sometimes I'm in the shower and an idea will pop up in my mind, or a shot, or a way that I want to shoot something, or a way that I want to say something, or it could just be a video topic that I want to record. Like, I'll kind of have to hang on to that. Like, I'll be in the shower, like fighting. Sometimes I'll rush my shower just so I can hurry up and come out and jot it down, or voice record it so I can listen back to it later. So that's another one of the ways that I keep myself organized as a creator. Like, I'll voice record myself, and then I'll go back and listen to it later, or I'll jot things down, whether that's actually on paper or in my phone or whatever the case may be. But you definitely want to be organized, and you want to make sure that you have that balance in place so that you understand that not everything needs to be recorded and uploaded. You know what I mean? And this is a marathon. You know what I mean? This is a journey that you're on. And as far as I'm concerned, as it stands right now, my journey as a content creator is open-ended. You know what I mean? So you don't have to get everything in a day. It doesn't have to be perfect today. Sometimes just showing up and finishing it and walking that thing out is what you needed to do. And then you'll draw inspiration as you're continuing to create, and then you can just build on that. You know, this content that I make, whether it's therapeutic for me, whether I'm helping others, it's something that I actually live through. It's an unboxing that I'm doing. It's a recipe. It's a vlog. It's just, you know, me sitting talking to you in front of the camera, whatever it is. Like, it's not about perfection. These are chapters. These are chapters of my life. Like I said, these are experiences and thoughts and ideas that are authentic to me. So I don't want being a content creator to become a job so much that it takes away from my joy from it, because that's really what it gives me. Being a content creator is joyful for me, and I find it to be a gift to me, and that's how I treat it. But make sure that you're organized about it. You know, have ideas. If you are interested possibly in being a content creator, you know, you want to have ideas about what it is that you want to talk about, and you want to be able to do it from a place of experience, intellect, research, you know, and you want to be able to relate to people. You don't want to be regurgitating things that you heard, or you don't, you know, you pick and choose the things that are authentic to you. So that's what I would say. But being balanced and being organized are extremely important. If I need to do a part 2, if I need to make another video about something specifically that I discussed in here, feel free to drop it down in the comment section. If you have any ideas or anything you want to hear, or if you want to make a contribution, or if you want to expand on anything that you're hearing as I'm making this video, don't hesitate to drop that down in the comment section. All right. So we'll move on. What I've also learned about being a content creator is there's a difference between a following and a community. And that's a decision that I feel like you should be clear on very early in your journey as a content creator. I've always known that community is what I wanted, you know. Prior to, you know, making YouTube videos, I didn't have an Instagram. I didn't have a TikTok. I didn't have Facebook. Like, I wasn't on social media at all. My way of, you know, connecting with people and, you know, being in contact with family, friends, and loved ones, I was big on group chats. That's what I was comfortable with, because these are people that I actually interact with. These are people that I actually know in my day-to-day life. That's what I felt safe and comfortable with at the time. We're exchanging pictures. This is how we stay in touch with each other. And obviously, some of us, we still do that. Like, you have change, you have, you know, group messages and stuff like that. But that was my version of social media. I didn't have social media before I became a content creator. So I just say that to say it's never really been a focus of mine, like how many followers I had or any of that stuff. I definitely do have Instagram now. It will be on the screen. Definitely feel free to check me out. Go check me out on Instagram and on TikTok. I'll make sure I throw those up on the screen somewhere in the video, so that we can connect there, because I have learned that it is a great place to fellowship, and it is a great way to network and to share content and to, you know, share photos and experiences, recommendations, places to go, music, fashion. So it's a good thing. And I've learned that I'm able to, you know, filter it in a way that I don't become overwhelmed by it. And because just at my essence and in my nature, follows in social media is not something that's a huge concern for me or that I'm big on, it doesn't overtake me, and it's not like a struggle for me, you know. So I'm grateful for that. I'm kind of a late bloomer in that when it comes to Instagram, and I'm definitely looking to grow my platform on Instagram. So please do go follow me, and you show me love over there, I'll definitely give you the same love. You DM me, you reach out to me, I'll definitely show you love, and I appreciate you. So I knew a community is what I wanted. You know, I want to actually have an opportunity to have a positive impact on people. Inspiration is my love language to me. That's another thing that being a content creator has taught me. Inspiration is what I move by. That's what I connect to the most. Like that's one of the traits and characteristics and things in people that I respect and admire so much. I want to be inspired. That positive energy, that energy that makes me want to be a better version of myself, that energy that makes me want to go out and create something and build something with my own hands. Seeing someone else like put their energy into something and it grow and become something impactful, I'm inspired by that. And when I am, it makes me want that for myself in a way that's positive, and I'm, respecting what they're doing and I'm enjoying it myself. I'm a patron of it myself and I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying seeing them be successful about what it was that they set out to do. So that's the same for me. Like I enjoy so much being inspired by people, and it's such a gratifying feeling that you don't get from anything else. It's building something for yourself and actually seeing it through. So that's one of the things that being a content creator has taught me about myself. It's just I enjoy so much being inspired, and these videos that I make aren't just for you, they're also for me. And I knew a community is what I wanted to build. And it's a great way, to meet people and to interact and to learn. You have a reach, and you can have a positive impact on people that aren't necessarily in the same place, same city, same state, same neighborhood, same country, same upbringing, same background, like whatever the case may be. It expands your access. And that's something that I wanted because I think it's important. I think it's important to grow, not only to grow like as an individual, but to be able to grow in how you can connect with other people. Like I said, we all have something to contribute. You may have a piece of information that helps me better myself, and vice versa. I'm able to reciprocate that. And it's not that we necessarily need to be the best of friends, or we need to be, the type of buddies that can pick up the phone and call each other, but just to have access to one another, to be able to drop a DM to somebody. You might, through your travels as a creator, meet another content creator and you all vibe and you're able to collab with one another, or you could interview that person or they could interview you, and it would be a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful experience. So that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to become a content creator, because I wanted to build a community. I wanted to use the different things that I've experienced in my life to help other people. But I also, look to be inspired by other people, and I want to learn from you. And I appreciate you for everything that you're teaching me. So yeah, you got to be clear whether you want to build a following or a community, because they're not always necessarily the same thing. And I've noticed a lot of times it's the things that are trendy and that are viral and that are controversial. Those are the things that get the most views. So you got to be, patient with yourself in that way too. If you're all about positivity or healing or, doing better, it may take you a little more time to build traction. And I always knew, for me, I didn't want to create content where I had to be talking about other people. There will come a time where I'll do, reaction videos to certain programs or TV shows that I like to watch, or I'm not beyond that. I'm very much human. Like I'm very much connected. Like I understand what's going on in the world, but I don't want to be the type of creator whose platform and my ability to make content is solely based on what other people have going on. I just don't have an interest in doing that. I want to keep, the love real and the energy high on my platform. Like I said, I am human. I'm here. I am interested in a lot of different things. And, I watch YouTube videos myself. I scroll on Instagram myself too. It's just, I want to be mindful and careful about, the type of content that I make, because there's energy behind that. And I'm always mindful of the things that I'm doing and I'm saying, not in a way that makes it feel unnatural or that it can't be enjoyable, but I will always, you know, like I said, want to be a positive influence or want to give you authentic energy. And I like to discuss things based on my own personal experiences. But I also, you'll definitely see some reactions from me in the foreseeable future. Like you'll see me do that, but it would have to be something that was meaningful. I'm not going to do a reaction just to do it. You know, it would have to be, you know, a reason behind it. But at the same time, like, again, I'm not without flaw. So I make mistakes all the time. But I just want to be mindful that I'm giving you good energy and that I'm being a positive influence, because you never know who you could reach and you never know who's going to be watching the videos that you make. But I'm all about building community because I want to give and receive. You know what I mean? So that's what it's all about. It's not just about a following. I'm not looking to be necessarily a channel that has 8 million subscribers and it's like, but you're not connected to me. Like you don't have any insight into me as a woman and as a person and as a professional and as an individual and as a family member, as a daughter. Like I want you to have different insight into who I am as a person, because to me that brings authenticity to the content. It brings my content more to life. If you understand that I'm a real person, as opposed to me presenting myself as an influencer or some type of performer or a character. Like I want to be seen as a human being, as an individual, as a creator, because that's what I am. And that's basically what it is. All right. So that's another thing that I've picked up on, you know, on my journey as a content creator. So that's another observation that I've made. And that's another choice that I've had to make, and how, you know, being a content creator has impacted me. Just being able to, you know, build community, just being able to build community and to connect with people in a real way. You know, when you all make comments on my videos, and I always, you know, look to give that love back as much as I possibly can. Like that has an effect on me too. When you all share yourselves, when you tell me different things that you've gone through, when you know, give me constructive criticism, or you give me feedback, or, you know, you just, you know, show love to me and thank me and encourage me to keep going. Like that does a lot for me as a creator too. I see you. You're valid, and I appreciate it so much. Don't stop pouring into me. I need that love. And I'll also, you know, I'll look to give you that love back as well. Being a content creator has also taught me that this is where I get my joy from. Like, I never would have known, but I guess I should have known, because I've always wanted to do it. I've always wanted to make videos, but I just didn't know. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to go about it. I didn't know how to get started. I didn't know if I would be comfortable on camera. I didn't know if I would be comfortable to be transparent. I didn't know what I would want to talk about. But two things that are important to know, and two ways that being a content creator has changed my life, is one, it truly makes me happy. It does. It makes me happy to make this content and to be able to network and connect with you all and talk to you in the comments and share myself. And so that's one thing being a creator has taught me. But also, don't make the mistake of looking to write the narrative. Being a content creator comes with learning to let go. This is one of those things where, as far as I'm concerned, unless you actually begin doing it, you're not going to be able to connect with that or understand what I mean by that. But being a content creator, you got to learn how to let go. So many times, like I'll have a topic, I'll have a location, I'll decide like how I want the lighting to look, you know, I'll kind of make talking points or bullet points about how I want the video to play out. And then once I set everything up and I get in front of the camera and I start talking from my heart, talking from myself, it turns out differently than I visualized it, but it's beautiful. and it's better and it lands and it resonates and it connects with people. It works. So it's okay to have a general idea of how you would want things to go, but don't be so committed to the vision that you close yourself off to the beauty of spontaneity and not knowing. So that's important too. And again, these are all mindsets and ideals that have carried over into other areas of my life. Be open-minded. Be open-minded. Beautiful things happen spontaneously. Like you can't plan for everything in life. You can't plan for most things in life. And content can be the same. Like I said, there's some things that you have control over, how you're going to look, the title of a video. You know, you make the thumbnail, the music and the vibe and all that, but sometimes just the energy behind it, because you're putting yourself into this when you make videos. You're putting your individuality, you're putting your energy into it. So it's like, you don't want to stifle your creativity by limiting yourself because you had an idea of how you thought you wanted the video to come out, or you thought you wanted the piece or the film or the skit, whatever it is, that like how you wanted it to come out. Like you were so committed to that it didn't necessarily reach its fullest potential. But I love doing this. That's what I know. That's what I know for sure. Grateful. Being able to make content has been a gift to me. It's been a gift to me. I'm just out getting my steps in, so we're multitasking. It's drizzly a little bit, but beautiful. But beautiful. So it's a fantastic thing to be able to, you know, like I said, multitask, and I'm getting my steps in as I'm connecting with you. So thank you for coming on this journey with me. Let's get these steps in. So back to what I've learned being a content creator. It requires sacrifice. Being a content creator requires sacrifice. Now, obviously, you know, I'm still kind of on the ground level of this thing, right? I enjoy it, but it's challenging. And the next YouTube video that you watch, take a few moments to salute that creator, to show love to that creator. Drop a comment to that creator. Hit the like button for that creator, because making these videos, especially at a high level, sound, lighting, visuals, editing, clips, B-roll, royalty-free music, like, it's tough. It's tough. It's worth it, but it's tough. And it's not for the faint of heart. And when you spend 5 hours or better on a video and get under 100 views, it's gonna sting at first, but that's a part of the process. You build it up. But the beautiful thing about the content is that, you know, people can go back and review it. So as your platform grows, people will have an opportunity to go, you know, and view that content. So don't be discouraged. Which brings me to my next point: resolve, perseverance. Not only does it require sacrifice from you, it's a lot of nights where I'm up late. It's a lot of mornings when I'm up early. there's a lot of times where I sacrifice the function, the cookout, the cocktail party, because I have to get this content up, but it's worth it and I love it. And balance is important. It's important to take advantage of opportunities to be social. So I'm definitely still doing that, but I also prioritize the connection that we're building, me and you. I prioritize this connection, and I do that by making sacrifices. I do that by making sacrifices, and I'm more than willing to continue to do that for you because I appreciate you and I'm grateful for you and I'm having such a good time. So show love to your creators. Tap that like, because it's not easy. Being a content creator has allowed me to reconnect with the child in me more and more. See, I think as we age and we get older and we have our own life experiences, right? As we rush to grow up, like we want to grow up because we want the independence, right? We want to make our own money. We want to get out into the world. We want to do more. But we forget that it's the child inside of you. That's where your purity is. That's where your beauty is. That's what allows you to like see the world as bigger. And it makes you want to take chances and it makes you want to explore it. It makes you want to try things. It makes you want to touch things. It makes you want to taste things. I think being childlike is where our beauty is more and more. So that's another thing that being a content creator has done for me. It's allowed me to better connect more and more with the little girl inside of me. And it makes me happy. And I'm truly grateful for that. And it reminds me that just because you grow and you age, you elevate, you may have more access to things. Don't forget about the simple things in life and don't forget about the part of you that needs to be obedient. Obedience is important too. Obedience is powerful too, especially with wisdom and discernment. So stay connected to your inner child. I tend to, treat my channel like a business almost. Being a content creator has opened up my mind to entrepreneurship and opportunities. You always see it, right? You see when you watch your favorite content creators, regardless of whether it's long or short form content, when you watch your favorite content creators, you see the possibilities. You see promotion. You see product placements. You see brand deals. And while community is my main focus, being a content creator isn't free. And I don't want to focus on that because this isn't about money. But what I want to convey to you is that it's opened up my mind to the opportunities in life. And not just with YouTube, but outside of YouTube. Being a content creator has shifted my mindset. I think more as a seller and less as a buyer. I think about consumerism in the sense of where I can make positive changes with my finances. I'm thinking more and more about my financial future. I'm thinking about opportunities. And I'm parlaying what I'm learning on YouTube. And I'm educating myself and putting myself better in a position to create more small businesses. When you become partner on YouTube and when you're monetized on YouTube, you've started a business. So don't minimize that. But at the same time, don't limit yourself to just that. It's a beautiful thing. So creating content for me has shifted my mindset and shown me that there are more and more possibilities in life and that entrepreneurship is, within my reach and it's something that you can do. But I understand when we don't have a blueprint or we don't necessarily come from a family or a background or have a lot of friends who own businesses or who are of an entrepreneurial mindset, you don't necessarily understand how to start or what to do. But I'm learning a lot of things in life. You kind of just got to jump in and we take calculated risks, right? I'm not saying, mortgage your security or like make sacrifices for, your savings or anything like that. Don't, put your family or your children or your financial future in harm's way. However, think more and focus more about the possibilities in life and understand that, there's nothing wrong with going to school and getting a degree, if that's what you choose to do, or you see a future in that for yourself, you know what you want to do, you know what you want to study. There's nothing wrong with being in corporate America. I work in a corporate function right now, so I understand that completely. There's nothing wrong with the safety and the security that we experience from a steady paycheck every 1st and 15th, right? And security of insurance and benefits. But understand that in life, when you want to excel more and you want to progress more, you want to experience more, and you want to gain that knowledge so that you can share it with others, you kind of got to step out and you got to take chances. So I tend to run my channel like a business, because technically it is. Being a content creator is teaching me more and more to just live and to be more in the present. I tend to be a strategist and an analyst about things, and that's good. That's wonderful. But at the same time, it's important to be present, and to live in the moment and understand that it is truly a gift. And to make the most of the time and spend the time that you have doing things that you love and that you're passionate about. Creating brings me joy, and it opens up my mind. And I didn't realize that until I started creating content like this, because I'm so immersed in my creativity, and it's a beautiful form of expression for me. So it's giving me a healthy outlet. Working out and fitness is one of my main coping mechanisms and outlets and ways of, just getting energy off of me when I need to do that. But I also found that in creating content, and that's been so uplifting and meaningful for me. And it's improved my quality of life so much. I didn't realize how much I needed this until I started making videos. I didn't realize how much creating and sharing of myself in this way would bring me value, would bring me peace, would bring me joy. So I'm thankful for that. Creating is something that's important. I feel like it's one of those things in life that we overlook. It goes back to staying connected to the child inside of you. It's important to create, no matter how you do it. There's many different many different forms of creativity, but I feel like I found mine in this, and I'm grateful for it. And if you want more of this, nothing is off the table. It's a lifestyle-based channel. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely drop it down in the comment section. Check out the About page on YouTube, all the links to my social ways to reach out to me, the address to my P.O. box. You want to shoot anything over, you want to connect with me, you want to say what's up, you have questions, you want to learn more about the equipment that I use, anything you want to know. Link to my Cash App, PayPal is there as well. Pick up a super thanks if you want to show love and make a contribution to the channel. But I got a lot more in the tank, so if you want more, let me know you want more. And I appreciate you. Until next time.